They said that the guy that shot Charlie was a Republican.
Can you answer me
He
this?
wasn't.
If trans people are such effective assassins, why do we kick them all out of the military?
Looking at this one right here, I want to get this thing a gun.
Dude, get the out of here. Get this loser out of here. Are you serious? Why are you pointing out people in the audience and bullying people? Are you serious? That's what I do.
Some of you might remember that I joined an organization called the UNF America Tour, and one of our main missions is to provide pushback against the Turning Point USAs of the world, because there's not really an alternative to something like that on the left. And so when Charlie Kirk died, I really kind of think it hit the whole team pretty hard. Because here you've got this group of people that purports to follow Charlie Kirk around the country to provide a liberal perspective. And here he is getting assassinated in broad daylight in probably one of the most gruesome ways possible. And so I think for our team, it really felt like this hit just a little too close to home. But one of the things that I was really impressed by is that there was no celebrating, there was no gloating, there was only empathy, and there was only compassion. People were concerned about Charlie Kirk's wife and the kids he left behind. And we were also wondering amongst ourselves what this would actually mean for the country. And so we really had to make a decision whether or not we wanted to continue on with the tour. And we kind of had to make a decision fast because our Colorado State University stop was just a little more than a week out. And so after we kind of all discussed it, we landed on the decision to pick up the mic and continue marching forward because we wanted to carry forward that legacy of free and open debates. And most importantly, this gave us a really great opportunity to come out and condemn all political violence. And so I want to go ahead and go over some of the highlights from that Colorado State University stop. Now, me personally, I wasn't able to make it to this particular event. Hopefully I'll be able to make it down to Arizona in December. But let's go ahead and start off with this clip because somebody put together kind of a hype clip or, a hype short or whatever, a little hype edit for the Unfuck America Tour. And I think they did a really, really great job of encapsulating what we're actually trying to do here. If you guys do appreciate my work and want to support the show, please do remember to subscribe.
Now I run your show.
Don't run shit, bro. You can't even run your diet. Get the fuck out of here.
I think the issue is, right now the U.S. has no leadership to present that vision.
No one cares what you say.
You're one over here. Come on, dude. Grab a mic. Yeah, why are you talking to the audience? I'm right here, bro.
No, words aren't weapons. That's not how that works. See how I called you a and that's not actually violent? Touch me again.
People are dying left and right just to prove a point.
I think that in the United States, even where we're at right now, I don't think anybody was dying because of political disagreement. One party right now is very invested in pushing us further down that road.
Quit sucking dick and get a fucking job!
I was able to go up there and have a productive conversation, and you're yelling he sucks dick.
The left, all you care about is
I'm not left, bro. I lean right, and you're just an idiot. If people aren't willing to engage respectfully with ideas, it's important to challenge that. Granted, I don't agree with everything the speakers say, but I still respect their right to express those ideas.
So as you can see, things got a little bit rowdy from time to time. There was that guy in the red shirt. He was kind of mingling amongst the crowd. He was trying to troll everybody. He was trying to rage bait everybody, trying to get really good clips that he can pass around. But for the most part, people were here to have free and open dialogue. People wanted to challenge their ideas, which is exactly what we are trying to do. Now, one of the other goals that we have when we travel to these university campuses is to make sure that we are getting content that we can pass around on social media. And it's also important that we get these mainstream interviews. That way we can get our name out there. And more importantly, people will check into the organization to engage with the actual ideas. So it was really nice that Denver 7 followed them out there and was able to give them this little media hit.
Kirk's organization Turning Point USA started a nationwide movement, sparking fiery debate on college campuses.
We are very similar to Turning Point, except on the left.
This spring, the group National Ground Game followed suit, following Kirk's tour to encourage opposing ideas. They nearly canceled this stop at CSU before deciding a forum to promote free speech and condemn political violence was necessary.
Charlie actually, he gave us a lot of airtime, to be honest, because he very kindly said that we're actually onto something and that he hopes that he wished us luck in the end. So we're hopeful that we can carry on at least his legacy, even though we vehemently disagree with everything that he stood for politically, but we want to carry on the legacy of having these open discussions on college campuses.
After the vigil, those open discussions spilled out at this event inside the Student Center, where things got heated. Security on campus tight as political violence leaves the whole nation feeling tense.
I think that everybody's scared right now. I think people on the right are scared. I think people on the left are scared. I think students are scared. We believe that if you love this country, then you should be sticking up for freedom of speech right now.
Yeah, and she's exactly right. That is Z, the founder of the Unfuck America Tour. And I just gotta give her a shout out here, because I think a lot of us were kind of wondering why there wasn't something like Turning Point USA on the left. And Z, she noticed that gap and she filled it. And even though the Unfuck America Tour is still a pretty young organization, I would say that it's doing pretty damn good. Like you saw here, students were interested in coming and engaging with us. They want to challenge their ideas. They want to have these free and open discussions. And importantly, nobody is down for this political violence. And when we've got an administration that is waging a full-blown war against our First Amendment, we can at least find common ground in trying to protect our free speech rights. And so I'm just really proud to be part of this organization. Like I said, there's a whole bunch of great people as part of the organization. Hopefully I'll be able to make it out to the next tour stop. But I did want to go ahead and play you some highlights from the main debate event itself. And here's a part that stood out to me, because you had a guy travel all the way from Florida to engage in open dialogue and just straight up coming out and saying that he's kind of scared right now, which I think it takes a lot of courage to come out and say.
And I think that, like, the mainstream media, bro, I think that social media, I think it's specifically designed to just kind of program us to, like, hate each other and beat each other's throats, and so we don't focus on, like, the common enemy at the top, you know? I just really, you know, I don't want any violence, but, like, there's talks of civil war, this, like, anger, this wrath I'm seeing, you know, it's, we gotta tone it down. We don't want to live in a bloodbath. That's not good for anyone.
I mean, I agree 100%, yeah.
That's all I'm here to really say. That's just my main point. And I want us to get through this. I want us all to get through this as a country. I'm fucking scared. I wouldn't have come all the way here from Florida if I wasn't so fucking scared. I've never seen anything like that, like, on my timeline. I just couldn't believe it. And also, let me just say, I think we need to just stop going after one another and targeting each other, because the truth is, when we start going after each other and cornering each other, we're kind of forcing, like, our adversaries to become more radical, more irrational, because now their lives are at risk. You know what I mean? Now there's, like, a conflict of interest. So if you really want to have, like, an honest conversation about this and get through this as a nation, I think we need to stop, you know, piling on each other, calling for people to go to prison. Like, I'm not about that, you know. Obviously, a lot of people across the political spectrum sometimes get carried away and will say things that could imply violence, but, like, I don't think we need to go down that road of imprisoning everything, because that's just, we don't want to go down that road. So let's just temper everything down and have a conversation. That's all I want.
Yeah, I hope we can all do that, yeah.
So I'll just say it again. I think it takes a whole lot of courage to go out there in front of a packed room like this and say, yeah, I'm a little scared, man. I don't like what I see going on in my country right now. And I'm hoping that we can all just kind of take a few steps back. We can tone it down a little bit. So huge shout out to that guy who drove all the way from Florida to Colorado to be part of this Unfuck America Tour event. I think that's awesome. And I think he really hit the nail on the head there. We've got the social media algorithms that are kind of just filtering each side into their own silo. So you've got people in the MAGA movement. They have completely detached from reality. They do not have good fact patterns. They are not dealing with the actual facts on the ground. And then on the other side, you know, we've got a little bit of that conspiratorial mindset here and there, but we're just kind of being separated into our silos. And now we're at each other's throats like we haven't been in at least my lifetime. I mean, this is the worst I have ever seen it. And here you've got students on college campuses coming out and saying, hey, can we just slow shit down a little bit? Can we just all respect one another? And I think that this is where most of the country is. I think you've got bad actors at the top. I think the MAGA movement is filled with bad actors that are just trying to rage bait, that are just trying to get a rise out of you, that really don't take a lot of this stuff seriously. And I think most people are starting to catch on to that, and they just want people to chill out, calm down a little bit, We're all Americans, and we should be able to build something better for the future of this country. Now, the next clip I want to show you is really one just that kind of stood out to me because of how insane the logical thought goes here. But see what this person has to say.
I'm not scared. I'm proud to be an American. I'm really grateful that you're here to have this conversation. And I think that you're right. I think that we're living in two different realities from the right and the left. For a long time, I was on the left, and I've been a registered independent my entire life. And then after January 6th, actually, I became way more conservative, and I support the right. And in my opinion, looking and listening to what Charlie Kirk had to say, which I listen to him all the time, I don't think he was spreading any hate at all. I think he was stating the truth, that Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life. I also feel that Donald Trump did in fact condemn this violence inside of his initial address when Charlie Kirk was first shot, or whenever he was pronounced dead, and then he addressed the nation. He said that there's no room for political violence on either side.
Now, there's a whole lot wrong with what this person just said, but the couple things that stood out to me is that to think Donald Trump came out and condemned all political violence on either side, I just don't know how anybody believes that when his very next words were, this was a problem with the radical left. They're fomenting violence. They're cheering on political violence. It is their problem that they are inflicting upon us. That was the very first statement that Donald Trump addressed to the nation before we even had made an arrest in the Charlie Kirk assassination. That is what Donald Trump came out to say. Now, the other thing that she said here that I just really couldn't believe was she said she was somebody on the left, but then January 6th happened, and now she's conservative. Maybe I shouldn't laugh, but I find that gobsmacking. I don't even know how else to describe it. To think that you were somebody that maybe was aligned a little bit more to the left, and then you saw the president of the United States incite an insurrection against our country, and then you became conservative and moved to that side? That just seems insane to me. That just seems insane to me. Now, Destiny did a really, really good job of walking this person through the fact patterns of what actually happened and how Donald Trump tried to steal the election with the fake electors and so on and so forth, how he riled up his mob of supporters to stop a free and fair election, which they successfully delayed the vote. So he was able to push back against that, but it didn't necessarily land with this person because they were kind of already set in that MAGA way, if you will. Now, the last clip I want to show you, this is the one that you guys may have seen going around. This is probably the one that has the most play. And I think Destiny does a really good job of handling this asshole.
I'm going to ask you two questions, okay? Is that okay with you, Destiny?
Yeah, whatever you want.
What are your thoughts on transgenders?
I don't think about transgenders.
Do you think transgenders should be able to own guns?
Yeah, I guess, yeah. It's
You
it's a
guess?
Second Amendment right, yeah.
You
sure.
guess?
It's a Second Amendment right, no?
Why do they keep on shooting fucking schools then?
Well, they aren't the most
Them,
school
they, whatever
shooters
the
white
fuck you
guys?
wanna call it,
White
why
men
the
should be
fuck?
disallowed from owning guns?
Do you think that being transgender is a mental illness?
I don't have an opinion
Do
on it
you
for this
think-
audience right now.
Do you
Do you think most school shooters were white men?
It's all part of the narrative, dude.
Yeah, the narrative
It's
is
all
you're not
part of the
answering my
narrative,
question.
and you
Yeah.
know it.
Go ahead, preach. We're interested
You
right
know
now.
it.
Go ahead.
They said that the guy that shot Charlie was a Republican.
Can you answer
He
me this?
wasn't.
If trans people are such effective assassins, why do we kick them all out of the military?
Looking at this one right here, I want to get this fucking thing a gun.
Dude, get the out of here. Get this fucking loser out of here. Are you serious? Why are you pointing out people in the audience and bullying people? Are you serious? Bully me. I'm up here, okay? Make fun of me, all right?
Now, I don't think Destiny could have handled this situation any better. I think this is what a real man does when somebody is being bullied. You stand up to try to protect that people. And I'm not saying that women can't do this as well, obviously. But I think this is the correct way to handle a scenario like this. Why? I just don't understand the infatuation with trans people from this MAGA crowd. I just do not get it. I do not I just don't get it. And to then turn around and point people out in the crowd, accusing them of being trans or whatever he was doing there, that is just downright unacceptable. This is not what we do in a civilized society. Why the fuck do you care about what is between that person's legs? What does it matter to you? And to in a public setting, try to bully somebody with a microphone, I find that appalling. I find that disgusting. And I think Destiny did a very good job of standing up to push back against the asshole who wanted to be just a jerk in this setting. So those are the couple highlights that I had for you guys. I think that this Colorado State University stop went off really well. I mean, you can tell that there's some tension in the air. Obviously, Charlie Kirk getting assassinated was an absolute tragedy. We should all condemn all political violence. And so there was, I think people are still feeling some tension and some fear in the air, but I'm really proud of the team for sticking to their guns, picking up that microphone and continuing the legacy of free and open debate. I'm glad that they went to this event, and I think it was an overall success. I think they did an excellent job. Everybody who was able to make it out to the event just did a wonderful job, and they got a lot of great content that I have been seeing on social media since the event. I think everybody did great. So the next stop that we are starting to sell tickets for is going to be in Phoenix, Arizona on December 20th. We are going to be at a sports grill down there. I'm not going to try to butcher the name of the sports grill, but I'm going to provide a link to those tickets down below. Like I said, this is going to be on December 20th. It's down in Phoenix, Arizona, and it's at a sports grill from, I think it's 5 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. But like I said, I will link to the tickets below. This is our next big stop. We are going to probably have a few other stops before then, but this is the Republican AmFest. I think this is maybe it was Turning Point who started the AmFest. This is the conservative Super Bowl, pretty much. This is their big event that they have once a year. We've got a venue rented out there. We are going to be doing debates against MAGA. It should be a really great time. And like I said, guys, we need to start selling tickets for those now. And so I will drop that link below if you guys want to attend. Now, me personally, like I said, I'm getting ready to move here really soon, but I think I will be able to make it to this event. I'm very excited to make it down to AmFest, to participate in the Unfuck America tour down in Phoenix, Arizona on December 20th. So I think that's all that I got for you guys right now. So I will leave it there. If you guys want to help be part of the Unfuck America tour, if you want to sign up to volunteer, if you want to sign up to donate, there is also a donate link in the description below. We need all the help we can get to try to raise funds to make it to all of these different stops. Like I said, it's our main mission to follow Turning Point USA around the country, to provide a liberal perspective. And this has got to be a team effort, guys. Bringing creators around the country, it costs money. We got to fly people. We got to get hotel rooms. We got to do all of that. And so any little bit helps, whether it's $5, whether it's $10, whether it's $50, you can smash that donate link below and help us make it to our next tour stop. So I will leave it there for now, guys. If you guys got anything out of this video, please do remember to smash that like button and subscribe. Maybe share with a friend or two. I'd very much appreciate that. We've got to build something here on the left that pushes back against this MAGA media machine that just launders all of this authoritarian nonsense for the Trump administration day in and day out. So the Unfuck America tour is trying to do our part to push back against that, as well as me here on the Politiscape channel. So if you do like what I do here, please do remember to smash that subscribe button. Of course, that is free. And if you guys want to go a step above and beyond that and actually help me produce these videos, you can become a member right here on YouTube for as little as $3 a month, or you can jump over to politiscape.substack.com and you can have my content delivered directly to your inbox every single day without the doom scrolling, without the algorithms. And yeah, I would prefer you guys to jump over there just because I own the data, but do what you want to do, guys. Any support is obviously appreciated. So until the next one, guys, take care of yourselves. I'll see you on the next one.